Pittsburgh, PA to Ephraim City, Utah. I'm Brett Kiesel. We're gonna have a great time. We got the beautiful mountains behind me. I got my family and friends. They're up there ridgelining that right now, looking for a mountain lion track. That's what we're gonna be doing out here in Ephraim City. Very excited to have you with me. We're gonna start a big fire today, go out and hang out with my redneck buddies from out here in Utah. I am Brett Kiesel, the Diesel. This is what fuels me. Down these roads, chasing cats, on milk. This is the most snow this place has had in over 30 years. Pretty amazing. That's good to see. That's lion bait. These are good ledges for like bobcats, lynx. Those cats will travel those ledges looking for mice, moles, things like that. Even deer, you know, you can see it's a place on the mountain where the snow isn't really coming over the top and it's not that deep. Onward. I'd really like to see a lion over there right now. That would be nice. This is some of the terrain we have out here in Utah. Hopefully we don't roll, Mr. Rooney. All right, we better get a better run. These are called big boy bullets, 50 cal. My friend here, Red, has got his hands on a 50 caliber weapon, and we're gonna shoot that at some rabbits. No, we're gonna shoot a piece of wood or something. I don't see too much moving up there, luckily for them. This is what we do when we're waiting for the cats to get in the tree. Shoot a few rounds off, let them know what's coming. This is the type of weapon, you know, that the snipers in the military use. It's quite a gun. This is fun. Redneck games. Hi, I'm Brett Kiesel. You're watching Steelers TV out here in the Wild West. So we're sitting around a smudge, which is what we call a fire around here. This is kind of what it's all about. Good friends, having a good time, being together, and spending quality time with each other. So we're sitting around a smudge, which is what we call a fire around here. And the hunting's kind of slowed down. But, you know, this is kind of what it's all about. Good friends, having a good time, being together, and spending quality time with each other. And luckily, I've got some of my closest friends here. My dad's right here. My brother's right here. And then I don't know who these other guys are that showed up. Steve can't get off the phone. That's Mad Dog. He's the master guide, I guess. This boy here is named Johnny Young. He makes the nicest knives you've ever seen. He's got a 5-year back order, so if any of you people out there want to get one of his knives, you better get your order in right now. And then we got Red here, who's, you know, kind of a felon.
Oh, not even close.
I'm just kidding.
Misdemeanor, Brent.
That's right. he's the wild man around here. Back there, when you saw that big old gun we were shooting, that's Red's. Can we say that? You don't care.
I think so, yeah. I'm all right with it.
You didn't steal the gun.
Oh, I still have them. I think I paid for it.
So, and this here's Nate, cowboy. He's got, I don't know, 1,500 head of cows and 1,500 head of sheep that he runs up here on these mountains. But this is what we do when, you know, you get tired of walking around, you get tired of hunting. Just kind of sit by a fire and get some food in you and regroup. So that's what we're doing.
I'm really lucky because my boys are my best friends. And it's hard to talk about them without getting emotional.
But no, he hasn't changed me. We've always been real tight friends. You know, he knows I think the world of him, and he thinks the world of me, and that's what brothers do, you know.
I'm most proud of them because they are good people. Despite Brett's great success and all that, I'm most happy that he's just a good person.
You know, I was fortunate enough to have a good, you know, athletic body and good parents that taught me how to work. And I had a brother that, you know, I could always look up to, and I could always try and emulate him. So that's definitely a big part of my success, was having a big brother that used to kick my butt all over the place. And you know, I would always sit at nights and worry about how I'm going to beat him the next day, you know, rather than really making it to the pros. But he is a big part of my success because I always wanted to be like him and be as good as he was, and so I owe a lot of my success to him.
When Brett and Chad were young, Chad used to take his butt out on the driveway and kick his butt playing basketball. And boy, the door would slam and he'd come in and there'd be tears in his face. He'd say, "I ain't never playing him again. He cheats." 5 minutes later, they'd be out there going at it again. So they were both great athletes, and you know, it's interesting. The best thing about Brett was his heart. That's something you can't teach. It's just a gift. And
He knew what he was going to do too.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Like I even remember, even as he being a freshman, we'd be driving up the canyon up home, and he'd tell me, "I'm going to play in the league." You know, I believed him too.
We're up here on top of the mountain, and I had a little mishap. I kind of thought I knew how to ride a snowmobile a little bit better than what I actually did, I guess. And got going through this powder, and I couldn't turn really. I didn't lean enough, and I got stuck. And Luckily, some good guys came by, helped us pull it out, but it could have been a very sticky situation. But we got it handled, and we're out of it. Let's go get a kitty. What is that? I thought I saw a person. I did. Toilet paper, check. Telephone, check. Gun, check. Knife, check. Lighter, check. Gatorade, did I already say Gatorade? Gatorade, check. Jerky, check. We're ready to go. Yeah, this here's Blue. He's a champ. And this is Blaze. They're both as good as any dog around. Let's go get a kitty.
Well, this is definitely like this morning because it snowed. And so we're very lucky to find it. Yeah, you ready?
And the march is on.
Well, that's awesome. There we go. Yeah. It's all up to the dogs now.
So basically, when you turn the dogs loose, you just kind of wait and watch, see where the dogs go. There's no sense taking off after the dogs if they go up and then come back down after the cat.
Your signal. Third way down here, working underneath the ledges. Alright, we'll come down to you.
The cat's coming down those rock ledges.
Blaze is out front by quite a long ways. He just crossed the main road just below Joe's truck. The others are coming from the cliff down, so they're all going to cross road about 100 yards in front of us here in a minute.
See this right here? That's the mountain lion. And then the rest, those dogs. But that cat came out of the ledges and came right down the road.
Down here, right between us.
After we went up, they jumped it and ran it out of the ledges, and you can see it running down the road.
The cat came right off the rocks, and we got him, boy. It's awesome. Mountain lion hunting, baby. I love it. Let's go see him. One of the most beautiful animals in the United States is 20 feet from me. You know, and it's crazy for me to think, you know, that these cats can bring down a 350 pound elk with ease. They're the greatest predator that lives around this place. And to be able to come and be able to see it firsthand is something that I truly treasure and something that I really enjoy, you know. And you have to give credit to these guys and their dogs, these, you know, old Blue and Blaze, who we talked about earlier. Those two dogs, you get them on a hot track, and 9 times out of 10, I'd put money on them that they can find the cat. So this is why we came out here, you know, and to get one on day 2, I'm very happy. So you saw the cat jump. He's kind of got into a thicker spot here. But if we get a closer look, this cat's missing its front paw, like its front toes on its right front paw. Could have gotten caught in a trap. More than likely, that's probably what happened. But he's a young cat. How old do you say the cat is, Mike? 18 months? But it's still awesome. Hi, I'm Brett Kiesel, and this is what fuels me.
But he's gone by Bretsky and just a lot of different names, I guess, but Muskie's the one that I know him by and call him by.
And then there's Brett on the floor in the face of the ref. What are you thinking?
How did you miss that call?
How did you miss that call?
Hunting and fishing has always been almost a religion with our family. It's something that I find great joy in. I want to show you a lion hide that we caught several years ago. To give you an indication, I'm 6 foot and 3 inches tall, and head to tail, I would guess this is probably about a 9-footer. This is a bobcat, beautiful animal. We have a coyote. Out west there's lots of coyotes, and from what I read there's a fair number back east too. And also a red fox.
And he started out with severe allergies, and we felt really lucky that we got him on shots at an early age, and he was able to overcome. But he went through asthma for a long time, and he also went through, got pneumonia, so his lungs were sensitive to problems. But he was able to overcome this, and we think this is really amazing that he's been able to be a professional player and still have all those problems when he was young.
Brett was always the kid in our family who was the best at sports. And so growing up, even in junior high and stuff like that, we were always following Brett around because he was always on these traveling teams, and even for baseball and basketball, you were always playing on summer teams and stuff like that. And so we were always, sometimes we'd roll our eyes because every Saturday we had to go somewhere to watch Brett play.
He was in 2nd grade, and his teacher first saw him, and he was about a head and a half more taller than the other kids were, and she thought, oh my gosh, he is going to be the biggest bully. But she was so excited and so surprised when she found out that he was just a fun-loving, very kind kid, and he wasn't a bully at all.
It was fun when we got into high school because we all got to play sports together, and even when we were on the same track team and stuff. One time we raced, do you remember that?
Yeah, I won. Did I?
Yeah, you barely.
Brett was a very successful basketball player too. He was an all-stater, I think 3 or 4 years in high school.
Could he dunk?
He could. He still can. Can you believe that big dude dunking the basketball?
It was the last call of the game.
Yeah, it was match point.
The game decider, match point, state championship. And the ref screwed it up, pretty much. That's how it goes, right?
We're sticking to it.
Yeah. And so it was pretty funny because I just start crying because we lost the game. And then all of a sudden I see this big ruckus. And I look over, and there's my dad shooting down the aisle, and there's my other brother Chad, who's like fighting with some guy.
No, I just got into a little
And then there's Brett on the
talk.
floor in the face of the ref. What are you thinking?
How did you miss that call?
How did you miss that call?
But I calmed down, and
We lost.
she got second.
We got second.
Well, Brett really does have nicknames. They kind of started at an early age also. We used to call him Brettamuski. And it just, I don't know why, I just kind of went to Muskie. And so that's what I have called him for years, is my little Muskie man.
You know, he came running out on that field, and I just started to cry because I thought, oh my gosh, like, we grew up in Grable, Wyoming, and, you know, here's Brett playing in the Super Bowl. And to us, that was, you know, you can't be more proud of your brother than that.
He helped the people who were less fortunate, and this has made me really proud of him. And him going to play college ball was really amazing for me because we were able to get to most all of his games, and he made me very proud there also. And I could not believe it. I was so thrilled when he was drafted by the Steelers. Most of all, I think I'm proud of Brett for being the good person that he is. And he's a very caring and considerate and loving person, and I'm proud of that.
I'm Brett Kiesel. We're here at Badger Field at Snow College, a place where I ran into some trouble up at BYU, and I had to come down here and spend a semester playing football at this field. It was kind of a big change for me coming here from the big lights at Brigham Young, but this place changed my career. I came down here, switched from tight end to defensive end, and it catapulted me to the pros. I went back to BYU after a year here, and it's a huge reason why I made it to the NFL. But I had a lot of great memories of this place, coming down here and kind of figuring out my life and what I wanted to do in life, and it was a huge part of my success going to the NFL. This is living, baby. Diesel fuel. Day 3 in Ephraim, Utah. It's been a wonderful trip. We've seen some incredible things, got to ride on snowmobiles, four-wheelers, have a fire, meet some weird rednecks that live around here, and just kind of experience what I did growing up. I'm glad I got to share it with you back home in Pittsburgh, a little bit of my life and how I am the way that I am, which is kind of crazy, but that's how I roll. But thank you for watching Steelers TV. We'll see you back in Pittsburgh.